If you're lying at night in your bed thinking about whether your ex still thinks about you, whether they still love you, this video will provide you answers. It can be so devastating after a breakup, and you're left just thinking about your ex, constantly thinking whether it's still possible, whether they still have feelings, whether they still care. And it is actually the most common question that I've been asked over the last 10 years as a relationship coach. The reality is, many times your ex still thinks about you. They still think about you a lot, actually, but they don't want to let you know. I've seen this happen quite a bit because they're afraid that any sort of attention that they give you is going to trigger a reaction from you that will be overwhelming, overbearing. And so they would rather not engage with you, not let you know that they still care, that they still think about you, because they're afraid of how you're going to react. And I've seen very strong relationships, actually, where individuals were very attached, go through this dynamic where a painful breakup occurs, someone is too needy, does not accept it, and seeks to get back together too quickly, to communicate with their ex too quickly, and it just pushes them away. But the moment that you're able to detach and actually give your ex space, you start to see signs that they think about you, that they miss you. And they're a lot more likely to convey to you, directly or indirectly, that indeed they are still thinking about you. And sometimes it'll be in very subtle ways. They might add you again on social media, or engage with your stories, or reach out to a mutual friend that they know will convey to you the fact that they have talked. But the point of the matter is, in order to see the fact that your ex actually does miss you, does still think about you, you need to have the discipline to take a step back and to give them that space and time to verbalize it. And also for you to make sure that you are not wallowing in these desperate thoughts, these thoughts of attachment that actually don't help you to rebuild a new relationship. It does not help you to be in a position where you yourself can be truly prepared to offer something new. I've also seen dynamics where an ex actually doesn't miss you, doesn't think about you, is just concerned with going out, having fun, living their best life, and acting in ways that are actually quite different from what they were like during the relationship. And just because this is happening does not mean that they won't eventually come around, and it does not reflect negatively on your worth. The biggest challenge with individuals that are really just like you, trying to figure out if your ex still thinks about you, if they still miss you, is that you seek your validation and your sense of self-worth from the attention that your ex gives you. And I don't think that that is healthy, and that is not what I want for you. I know you want to get back together, and I am committed to supporting you through these videos, through private coaching, through courses that I've done to accompany you along the way. But I also want you to look way beyond just simply getting them to think about you, getting them to miss you, getting them to reach out to you, or even having an emotional connection with them. I want you to think even beyond getting back together. And I want you to think about what a healthy relationship looks like. A healthy relationship with yourself, and a healthy relationship with the person that you care deeply about. That should be the focus. And the more you're able to work towards establishing those healthy relationships within and without, with the person that you care about, the easier it will be for your ex to start to trust you again, for them to feel confident, comfortable, to be able to verbalize the fact that they care through words and actions. The more they're going to want to spend quality time with you, and the easier it will be to reach the goal of being back together again in a healthy relationship. But it is a process, and we can't force it. And we can't let our fears, our insecurities, and our intrusive thoughts dictate how this process will unfold. Otherwise, we will make many mistakes. You're well familiar with those mistakes, actually, because I know from experience that you must have done many of them. But it is okay. Because what happens to you after a breakup sometimes goes beyond what we can bear, and it manifests itself in different ways. And that is why we need support. After a breakup, we need support. And oftentimes our friends, our families get tired. They don't want to talk about your pain, about this person that you love so much anymore. They just want you to move on. They just want you to be you again. And they're not trained to support you. They're probably too close, actually, to be able to support you adequately. And that's where a relationship coach comes in. I want to help you. I want to support you through this most challenging, dark period of your life. I know what it is like because I've gone through it myself, because I've accompanied thousands of people who have gone through this as well themselves. And although it is not easy, and although it is painful, it can be tremendously rewarding as long as you're focused on the right things and as long as you're in movement, taking action, not just lost in thoughts and in desire to be with your significant other. Together, we will set a goal and we will put a simple plan in place to move towards that goal. And beautiful things are going to come as a result of that. You will heal. You will regain confidence and a sense of well-being. You will start to feel like yourself again. And you will develop tools to communicate with your significant other in a way that is healthy, in a way that is uplifting, in a way that gives them the opportunity to engage with you and to take ownership of that process of building a new relationship, just like you did the first time around. Of course, we must overcome some of the negative feelings, traumas, negativity associated with the breakup, with what happened after the breakup, and with the past relationship. But as long as we are engaged in the process of learning and you are staying accountable to the goals that you've set, I believe that you can get there. And beautiful things are going to happen along the way. That is what fighting the good fight has looked like for the last decade. And I've been so blessed to be able to support individuals just like you all over the world and to learn along the way what works and what doesn't. And that is what I try to convey to you. And that's what this mindset is all about. A mindset that's focused on true growth and not on letting your emotions get the best of you. So if you'd like to work together, please reach out to me. You can book a coaching session. You can look at my course that I've created, a new mindset for a new and improved relationship, or just simply reach out with a question. And it'll be my pleasure to provide you with support, because that's what I love to do. I wish you only the best. Keep fighting the good fight, and see you soon, working together hand in hand to help you reach your goals.